shot good from Jordan Caroline to start the score.
This Nevada team is so long. It's hard to prepare for this. Right there you see Caroline getting into the lane, using that length. We're going to see that a lot in this ballgame. Can Loyola keep Nevada out of the lane, and then can Nevada get into the lane to keep that pressure on?
This is Ahir Uglak, who transferred in from New Mexico last year, did not play for the Ramblers in their run to the Final Four. But off his miss, Nevada back on offense.
This is an old starting five. 5 seniors, all transferred fifth-year guys. So the experience is there for this Nevada team.
3 of those starters for tonight's Nevada roster were the starters in last year's Sweet 16 game as Lucas Williamson picks up the foul. And you look at Eric Musselman in his 4th season now with Nevada. The first year they won the CBI, the last 2 seasons, appearances in the NCAA tournament, including that Sweet 16 last year.
He's done a terrific job with this program, and I was able to be at that CBI championship. Seems like a while ago, but he got the program off and running early, and he's built it each year, getting better and better.
Ray Porter the miss on the dunk, and Cameron Krutwig was there underneath to redirect. Lucas Williamson off on the 3.
Loyola's going to look for those chances to run and miss shots. Nevada crashes the boards hard, so if you can secure a rebound, you're going to have open looks in transition. They were not able to knock it down there, the open look.
Cody Martin to his brother Caleb, and now Porter against the double. There's the drive baseline by Cody, and a block from Ahir Uglak. Marcus Towns, no. Krutwig, no. But Loyola keeps. This time Krutwig gets it to go. Cameron Krutwig made his first 15 shots this year, Sean.
And that's why he takes high percentage shots. Good offensive rebound putback.
And on the other end, a quick answer from Caleb Martin.
That's where he is so hard to guard. He's consistent knocking down threes. You have to close out. You close out, he uses that length to get into the lane and blow past you.
Krutwig going to work. The miss over Thurman.
Good look inside. Just overshot it. Emotions are high early on here.
Students got here as early as 2:30 this afternoon for a 7 o'clock local time tip. Caleb Martin right to the rack in a strong move.
That's why he's a special player. You have to respect the 3. Uses that quick burst that blows by, and then uses the length to finish at the rim on the opposite side. Uses the rim as a defender. Excellent drive from Caleb Martin.
Lucas Williamson drives baseline. Clayton Custer, the Valley preseason player of the year, knocks it down.
Really good use of the shot fake to get into a mid-range jumper. And how about the answer? Caleb Martin off to a real hot start. Another one from long distance.
Caleb Martin now 8 of the first 10 points for the Wolfpack. And there's a steal from his brother Cody. Caleb pulls up again. And an offensive foul on Jordan Caroline. There's Porter Moser, the head coach at Loyola. 8th season with the Ramblers and taking them to the NCAA tournament last year. Got his contract extended. He'll be here in Chicago through the 25-26 season. Valley Coach of the Year last year after that magical run. 32 wins.
Yeah, just built his program into something special. The magical year last year. But you can see the buzz now in Chicago when you go around. Everybody knows who Loyola is. And packed house here tonight. A lot of very good crowds last year. Excitement again this year. Was not here when he took over this program.
Jordan Caroline, the fadeaway jumper, gets that roll. And 4 points for the senior from Champaign, Illinois.
Right now, Nevada hitting some tough shots from the outside. You got to tip your hat to them, give them credit. They're making tough shots.
Bruno Skopna, 3-try, no. Rebound to Thurman. Nevada controlling early here at the Gentile Arena. A near steal, but muscling his way to the basket is Caroline, and it brings us to a timeout. Loyola trailing by 10 here at home, and it's been all Wolfpack early. Last year, Loyola and Nevada played in an incredible game in the Sweet 16 as Clayton Custer and Caleb Martin were trading baskets. Jordan Caroline showing off the muscle on the inside, but this was the iconic shot. Marcus Towns, 7 seconds to go, buries the triple, and Loyola won the game, and they got the customary hugs from Sister Jean after they moved on eventually to the Final Four. Alongside Sean Harrington, I'm Jordan Burnfield. Welcome back to the Gentile Arena. Sean, now for these two teams who had incredible runs last season, it's about what can you do next?
Yeah, right now both of these teams, when they go somewhere, it's circled on the opponent's schedule. And last year they would maybe snuck up on a couple teams. They didn't know what to expect. This year, it's a sellout when you go on the road. Everybody wants to beat these two teams. So they're dealing with tough crowds, big environments, and they're not sneaking up on anybody. So playing now, trying to live up to some of that expectations. These are two different teams. And I think there's a good core of guys back from both teams. So everyone expects them to kind of do what they did last year. These are two completely different teams with a lot of different guys playing. So trying to follow those roles and get used to playing together, really important this early season.
Marcus Towns on the board for the first time in this one tonight.
Really good play out of the break to calm this team down, stop the run, to get a backdoor on the overplay. Good execution from Loyola.
Jordan Caroline working against Bruno Skopna. Beat inside, and the basket good from Caleb Martin again. He's got 10 early points.
Yeah, he's been terrific. He's gone inside, he's gone outside.
And an offensive foul called against Cameron Krutwig for Loyola.
Battling down low, trying to get that position. You raise those elbows, making contact right in front of that official.
You mentioned how these teams a little bit different, but some things the same. Loyola with Clayton Custer back, of course, and Marcus Towns, their starting guards from a season ago. Cameron Krutwig really emerged as a freshman last year for the Ramblers. Trey Porter, he's a new guy for Nevada, but you still have the Martin twins and Caleb and Cody. And you still have Jordan Caroline from last year's starting 5 for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, this is a very big, long Nevada team. 6'7", basically across the board. And they're knocking down outside shots. They're really tough to guard because they do a very good job getting into that lane, putting pressure on the defense, and then using that length to score over the defense.
Speaking of that length, that was Cody Martin in there getting the steal. And the drive to the bucket, good. The Martin twins with 12 of the 20 points for Nevada.
And now Nevada's starting to get offense going towards the basket. It was jump shots early on.
13-2 run for the Wolfpack. Krutwig. Now Custer with 7 to shoot. Skopna to the rack and draws the foul.
Nevada's offense really clicking now. This is too easy if you're Loyola. No resistance there on the drive. Really good job from Cody Martin to get all the way to the basket. We talked about using that length. Once they get that far into the lane, they're going to score around the basket.
Tomorrow, the 20th annual ACC Big Ten Challenge rolls on with 2 more great games. 4th-ranked Virginia takes on number 24 Maryland in College Park at 7:30 Eastern. Then, number 11 North Carolina squaring off against number 7 Michigan at the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor. Going to be another great night of hoops on ESPN and the ESPN app. The ACC Big Ten Challenge is presented by Continental. Skopna connects on 1 out of 2 at the line for Loyola. This Nevada team so far, Sean, averaging 92 points a game. They have an outstanding offense, and Porter Moser, the head coach of the Ramblers, said they can't get into a shooting match like this with the Wolfpack.
Well, Nevada can really score the basketball, and that's why Caleb Martin with another 3.
He's got 13. And now Clayton Custer throws it away, and a foul is called against the Ramblers. That'll go on Isaiah Bujoso, the freshman.
Nevada's played extremely well to start the season. This is their toughest challenge, having to go on the road into a tough environment. They've handled this extremely well. Made some shots early, got into the lane, and they have controlled the pace and the tempo of this ball game so far.
Last year, Loyola was 6th in the nation in scoring defense. But so far, Nevada is 11 of 15 from the field. And it's 25-7. The Wolfpack all over Loyola Chicago here in the Windy City.
Looks like they're going to have a tremendous season.
Hold up, let me get up in it now.
Somehow this one seems different.
The ACC Big Ten Challenge. Indiana takes on number 3 Duke tonight at 9:30 on ESPN.
Should be a good one in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. That Duke team, if you haven't heard, they're pretty good, Sean.
And they're playing with a very young team. The freshmen are phenomenal. And Duke really good at home. You see the non-conference winning streak.
Longest active D1 streak. I don't remember that game against St. John's, but an incredible run for Duke and so much young talent with those freshmen. Barrett and Williamson, obviously everybody talking about those guys. And they did not win the Maui Invitational, but made it to the championship game, falling to Gonzaga. But this Nevada Wolfpack team, they moved into the top 5 this week, the highest ranking Nevada has ever had in basketball, and you're seeing why. Caleb Martin already with 15 points.
Well, this team is scary when they get it clicking on offense. And we talked about Duke having freshmen. Well, these are 5th-year seniors. We got some grown men out there on the court right now, and they're showing how they can control the game. The Martins and Jordan Caroline.
Freshman Cooper Capus into the game and lays it in off glass.
Right now, if you're Loyola, you can't panic. You gotta say Nevada's hit some really tough shots early. We've given up some easy ones around the rim, but they've made a lot of outside shots. Continue to stick to your defensive principles. Make them score from the outside. See if you can chip away at this one.
Out of bounds off of Jordan Caroline. Take a look at Eric Musselman's team, now 5 in the country. They were 6th last week. And when you look at that middle part of the AP Top 10, those are 3 teams that Loyola beat on their way to the Final Four. Yeah. Well, except they did not beat Michigan, but played them. Now in the corner, Marcus Towns at 3 off target. If history's any indication, though, Sean, last year when these two teams played in the Sweet 16, the Ramblers trailed by double digits early, but came back to, of course, win that game.
That's where you got to chip away. You're not going to get it all back at one time, but stick to your principles.
Now underneath, that is Jordan Brown, the highest-ranked recruit ever for Nevada, the preseason Mountain West Freshman of the Year.
And again, it's Caleb Martin getting to the lane to put the pressure on the defense. Nate Krutwig came over to help. That left Brown wide open on the backside for the lob.
Krutwig short on that one. Nevada resets. That jumper off target from Brown.
Probably not the shot Nevada wanted on that possession.
Clayton Custer for 3. That is short as well.
Those are the shots Loyola needs to make, and those are the ones that they made all of last year and during their tournament run. They're getting open looks. You have to capitalize on them when you get those open shots, especially Clayton Custer, the leader of this team.
Custer 45% last year from deep, was 1 of 7 last time out and misses there. But there's Cody Martin, who does not miss. He's got 4 now. 20-point lead for the Wolfpack here early. Sean, you and Porter Moser both worked on Rick Majerus' staff at St. Louis. What would Rick Majerus have said if you were falling behind early like this?
It's stick with the game plan. And right now, Loyola's giving up too many easy baskets around the lane. They have to force Nevada to be an outside jump shooting team. There's a ton of time here. Chip away, slowly grind your way back into it. But it starts in that defensive end. They got to make it tougher for Nevada to score.
Blocking foul called as Marcus Towns goes strong to the hoop. Cody Martin picks up the foul, but before the game, we got to go into the locker room and check out the culture wall here at Loyola. And these are all phrases you know well, Sean.
Yeah, Rick Majerus did a terrific job of instilling this into the players and the program. And a lot of coaches talk about culture. We're going to develop a culture. Well, Porter Moser has done that here at Loyola. He's done a terrific job of taking this program and making it national news, and he does it right there. It's on the wall. We talk about culture. It's every single day when those players walk into that locker room, they see those phrases on the board. And it's all the little things that you hear in practice. It's all the little things that you hear in the game. And you constantly talk about, you constantly do it, and that builds culture. So when you get in a situation like this, you're down 20 to a very good opponent, you fall back on that culture and see, can we chip our way out of this? Can we rely on those principles and get back in this ball game? It's ball you man. Make them go through you to the rim. All the little things. Make it difficult for them to score. High hands on closeouts.
Thurman going in, can't get it to go. The rebound comes out to Marcus Towns.
Much better defensive possession, leads to a run out.
But Towns can't hit the jumper, and now a foul is called. Christian Negron will pick up his first personal foul. Negron, the sophomore out of Elgin, Illinois, your neck of the woods.
It's a crosstown rival. He played at Larkin, I played at Elgin. A little east side, west side rivalry. Had a little fun talking to him yesterday at practice. Nevada's done a really good job here, taking it to Loyola early, and there it is, attacking the rim. That's just too easy if you're Loyola. No help defense. That time it's Cody Martin getting all the way to the basket. Terrific finish. Using that length again around the rim.
Martin twins have combined for 21 out of the 31 for the Wolfpack so far. Here's Isaiah Bujoso going in, and they're going to count that. Bucket for Bujoso as Trey Porter called for the goaltend. But the Wolfpack roaring here early, the number 5 team in the country, a big lead in Chicago.
On the money.
Oh my God!
There's the tap. Oh! Incredible finish.
Well, there is Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, who is an absolute legend here at Loyola, presented with her own Final Four ring, a surprise to her, and had it presented to her by, among the dignitaries, Jerry Harkness from the 1963 champion Loyola Ramblers. Sister Jean, 99 years old, of course, the team chaplain, and as she said last year, an international celebrity. And so she is still here at every game and does the prayer before the game for Loyola. And if you just dropped in on the Ramblers last year during the tournament, Sean, and you say, oh, wow, this is a great story, she's been doing this for a long time. Inside, the alley-oop feed to Porter from Cody Martin.
And this offense just continues to get easy looks at the rim. The Martin brothers attract so much attention, it leaves guys open on the floor, and they're finding them.
Loyola needs to get Clayton Custer going. He's got 4.
Offensively, Loyola needs to make some of these open shots, because this end of the floor, if they want to make a run and chip back into this, they got to slow down this Nevada team that is feeling very comfortable in the half court right now.
Caleb Martin, a 3 over Williamson, no.
They should have shot it the first time. Kind of had the open look, hesitated, made it a more difficult shot than it needed to be.
Ramblers able to save it after a near turnover. Now 7 to shoot for Loyola. Towns turns it over. Martin inside, and the bucket good from Jazz Johnson. Johnson, the transfer from Portland. One of the many talented transfers on this Nevada team.
Johnson's been shooting the ball really well from beyond the arc. It stretches this defense out to allow some one-on-one penetration.
And now a drive from Bujoso, no. Thurman will bring it across himself.
We talk about Nevada's length on offense, scoring around the rim. Their length on defense is really making Loyola feel uncomfortable.
Porter lost it right to Jazz Johnson. Four seconds to shoot now. And the 3 is good from Cody Martin. The Martin twins are tough to stop.
That's good defense, better offense. That is a contested step-back 3. Give Cody Martin credit.
And a turnover as Custer tried to find the back door. Cody Martin takes the easier shot but can't get it to go.
Suffocating defense right now from Nevada. Passing lanes that you think are going to be open just aren't because of that length.
And now Towns knocks down a 3. Marcus Towns with 10 in the first half for the Ramblers. We talked about that length. Eric Musselman said last year he felt like his team was more positionless. This year, they've got a lot of height. And they're starting 5. They don't list any player as a true guard. Off the turnover, there's Towns, and he's blocked by Martin. Second chance, no, Towns again. And Marcus Towns trying to get Loyola back in it.
Towns could have a steal there, just not aware on the help side.
Trey Porter gets the bucket.
That leads to a basket. That's just a defensive breakdown. Get a bounce pass to the middle of the floor. You got to read that and see it. Could have ran through it, had a run out instead. Good basket from Porter.
Clayton Custer off on a 3-trap. Aganane, the rebound and the bucket. Franklin Aganane, the freshman who played high school ball at La Lumiere in Indiana. 7'3" wingspan. Backs up Cameron Crutwig.
He had 9 rebounds in the season opener against UMKC. He's battling hard here on the boards.
Cody Martin to miss on the 3. Towns threw it away. But it's out of bounds off of Nevada, so it'll be Loyola ball when we come back. The Ramblers down 15 here at home, trying to get back in it. 30 for 30 documentary, The Last Days of Night, which premiered in April on ESPN Plus, makes its television debut Thursday on ESPN at 7:30 Eastern. It's the behind-the-scenes story of CNN's investigation into why high school All-Americans were leaving Bob Knight's basketball program in Indiana and the subsequent fallout after the story broke in 2000. You can always watch it on the ESPN app as well. Looking forward to seeing that. Well, Caleb Martin has put on a show so far for Nevada.
Well, he's showing you why he's an All-American. He can score in a variety of different ways. Really good job of using his length to score around the basket or shoot over his smaller defenders. When he puts pressure on you by getting to the line 7.5 times a game. So just a complete player, off to an excellent start here in a very tough environment. Got Nevada a big lead early.
The Martin twins have almost outscored Loyola so far. Cameron Krutwig trying to change that, but just comes up short yet again. Krutwig has got a lot of good moves, but he's facing a tough matchup underneath in Porter, 6'11", 230.
Yeah, we talked about Nevada's length on offense, and right there you see it bothering Loyola again on the defensive end. A shot that normally Cam Krutwig is going to make a little more difficult in this ball game against Porter inside.
There's Cooper Kapis. He's a three-point specialist and knocks it down.
Great use of a shot fake. When you go 6 for 6 in a ball game, they're going to fly at you. That's on the scouting report. Force him off the line. Well, he used the shot fake, sidestepped the defender, stayed behind the arc, knocks down a big three. It's a big defensive possession here for Loyola.
Porter trying to muscle his way through Krutwig, and a foul is called.
You got the reputation of being a shooter. Defenses are going to fly at you. Really good shot fake, sidestep that defender. Get an open look. Big three to trim it down to 12. And then Krutwig there with the foul. The reach in. Didn't have to do it. You had your man walled up. Just stand there, be strong, be tall.
Closest this game has been since it was 18-6. Well, Saturday, we've got a college hoops doubleheader for you. Number 19, Purdue. Number 7, Michigan tip-off Big Ten play at the Chrysler Center, 3:30 Eastern. Then, number 2, Kansas hosting Stanford at Allen Fieldhouse. Both games are on ESPN and the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Man, I'm in for both of those. Those sound great.
It's been a terrific start to the college basketball season. A lot of really good Thanksgiving tournaments. Maui was phenomenal as always.
Teams just don't get a break anymore. So many tournaments that these guys play in and challenges like this one that you don't get a lot of easy games early on.
Well, and the fans love these tournaments and these big-time matchups like we're seeing here tonight.
Here is Custer for 3, around the rim and out. Clayton Custer now 0 for 3 from deep after going just 1 out of 7 in Loyola's last game, a loss against Boston College. Drive and a bucket good from Caleb Martin. He's got 17.
Just so smooth. He makes it look easy. Uses a long first step to get by the defender and then just glides in the air to finish in the lane.
Under a minute to go in this first half. Krutwig has it blocked by Porter.
Really good defense from Porter, knowing Krutwig wants to get back to that left hand. He sat on it, was the second man off the floor. Really good block.
About an 11-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Caleb Martin going to work. Long 2, no. Porter there to grab the rebound and puts it in.
Great crash of the boards. Porter follows up that miss.
Final play of the half potentially. And an offensive foul on Clayton Custer on the drive with 2.6.
And a missed shot. Porter does a really good job staying with it and then finishing around the rim. Clayton Custer just trying to force the action. Gets too deep into the lane. The defense is waiting for him.
So now 2.6 seconds left. The inbound, they look like a team that's looking for some revenge.
Well, three guys that experienced that defeat were the Martin brothers and Jordan Caroline.
Yeah.
And they look like it's a revenge game. The Martin brothers have come out extremely strong, especially Caleb. He set the tone early, got Nevada off to a great start, and showed why he's an All-American candidate.
Marcus Towns, who led Loyola in scoring in the first half, starts the second half with a three.
That's exactly what Loyola needed. Coming out of halftime, knocking down a three.
Marcus Towns, 15 points to lead the Ramblers. Of course, last year hit that three with 7 seconds left to seal the win in the Sweet 16 for Loyola. And answering right back, Trey Porter. He's nearing a double-double. Now 11 points in this game. He's got 7 boards.
That's a tough shot right there. Give Porter credit. Faces up his defender, knocks down a 15-footer. Loyola did not send a double team that time on the big. Might be trying to stop some of that penetration on the weak side rebounds.
Marcus Towns with 5 straight for Loyola to start the second half.
Good response from the senior out of halftime. Gets Loyola on the board early.
Preseason second-team All-Valley selection is Towns after the great year that he had a year ago. Last year making the NCAA tournament, the second time that he's made it. First time while he was at Fairleigh Dickinson. He's got the steal, misses the shot, but Lucas Williamson there to keep for Loyola. And Towns stepped on the line out of bounds.
Really good start to the half for Towns. Knocks down the three and then getting into the lane for the basket. Also got the steal on the other end. So the senior stepping up here for Loyola. There's a little bit of the adjustment Loyola's made on defense, not trapping the post early, but went on the dribble that time. That's where they got the turnover on Porter.
Here's Caleb Martin trying to get in around Williamson, but a foul coming before the shot went up.
So difficult to guard, especially when Caleb Martin gets the ball at the top of the key. Not a lot of help when you're in the middle of the floor. He puts that pressure on the defense, picks up a foul that time. He attempts just over 7.5 free throws per game. Shows how much pressure he can put on a defense.
Foul went against the freshman Cooper Capis. Martin working against the freshman again. This is Cody Martin, buries the tray.
That is a tough shot. Shot clock winding down, good defense. Cody Martin steps up and buries one.
And Towns turns it over.
When this Nevada team is hitting threes, you can forget about it. This is a tough move. Shot clock winding down. You have to respect their drive and their length. If they're making threes, it's a very difficult matchup.
And that length so difficult to defend. Capis was all over him. He gave him one step, that's all he needed. Caroline in over Grutwick. Jordan Caroline now with 8.
That's how explosive this Nevada team is. I feel like Jordan Caroline hasn't done much, and he's got 8 points.
Grutwick inside, and a foul coming up on Trey Porter. That is his second. Porter Moser just trying to get this offense going again. Last year they were one of the most efficient teams in the country, and so far this year the numbers fairly similar, under 73 points a game, but came into today shooting almost 51%. But tonight they're at about 40%. Dealing with all that length that the Wolfpack has. Kafis for three.
Really good extra pass from Clayton Custer to set up that shot. He could have taken it from the corner, but the rhythm pass leads to a good shot.
The freshman Kafis now with 8. And a strong move from Cody Martin. Caleb with 17, Cody with 14.
And they have an answer every single time. You look up and feel like maybe Loyola's going to make a little run. One of the Martin brothers makes a big shot. Good finish at the rim that time from Cody.
And now a foul on Cody Martin as it brings us to a timeout on the floor. Cooper Kafis, the triple for Loyola. And they need a lot of that to get back into this one. Sports Center tonight after Indiana Duke on ESPN with Scott Van Pelt. Reese Davis will join the show to break down the college football playoff rankings, plus Jay Billis on Duke's season so far, and a look back at the ultimate bad beat. Sports Center with SVP on ESPN and the ESPN app. I want to know what the ultimate bad beat is. Now I'm very curious. Catch that tonight. Caleb Martin has been unstoppable for the Wolfpack in this one, Sean. He's got 17 points. And Loyola has struggled to keep him from getting his shot because he's, at least at the top of the keys, towering over some of these Ramblers.
Yeah, I like his approach in this ball game here tonight. He has shown a variety of ways to score. Sometimes maybe he settles for a three too often. He's too talented. He's too skilled to just stay out on the perimeter. Almost 75% of his shots come from beyond the arc. 5 of his 10 shots have come inside the arc here tonight. So he's done a much better job of attacking, getting some of those easy looks around the rim, getting into the lane. When he does that, he's almost impossible to stop.
Six to shoot. Caroline from the corner, no. And the rebound stays with Nevada, and Caroline lays it in off the feed from Caleb.
And this offense is too explosive to give them second chance opportunities. You got to box out if you're Loyola. Can't give up second chance points.
Loyola's been trying to work the ball inside for Crutwade. Came into tonight shooting 80% from the field, but he's 1 of 6 in this game. And on the spot there, gets a great feed to lay it in.
A good two-man action on the wing. Loyola finally able to get one of those passes to go down into the post without it being deflected or stolen.
Cody Martin backing down, and the feed inside for Porter.
Whether it's Caleb, whether it's Cody, when they have the basketball, they demand the attention of the defenders. That time, a lot of defenders looking at the ball, allows Porter to sneak in behind. He gets another lob. We've seen it a couple times here tonight.
Can Porter even sneak anywhere? He's 6'11", 230. And Cooper Kafis, the freshman, impressing tonight. He's in double digits.
That's definitely a bright side for Loyola. They need somebody else to step up, get some scoring off that bench.
Loyola will keep the basketball, but the athleticism on display for Nevada.
Yeah, a lot of ball watching. See Loyola's heads all looking at the basketball. Porter sneaks in behind. Great find from Cody Martin inside the Porter, and he finishes.
Trey Porter now 13 points, tying his season high with these Wolfpack. Nevada with a lot of transfers on this team, but so many players that have had great careers before their time at Nevada. And there's a great block from the freshman Aganane for Loyola. Kafis for three. Williamson keeps. Aganane, no, ball loose, so here Ugwak is there to lay it in.
And that's what Loyola needs, some hustle plays. Big block on one end, couple offensive rebounds on the other, trying to get this crowd back into it.
Drive by Thurman and the foul coming up on Ugwak. Well, this crowd has done everything it can. It is a sellout here inside the Gentile Arena tonight. Even at the tops of the stadium, there's people standing all around the top ring. Great atmosphere here for the Sweet 16 rematch as Thurman goes to the line. Trayshawn Thurman, the transfer from Nebraska-Omaha. Tomorrow, the 20th annual ACC Big Ten Challenge rolls on. Two more games. Fourth-ranked Virginia takes on number 24 Maryland in College Park at 7:30 Eastern. Then, number 11 North Carolina against number 7 Michigan at the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor. Going to be another great night of hoops on ESPN and the ESPN app. The ACC Big Ten Challenge presented by Continental. So 1 out of 2 for Trayshawn Thurman. Thurman with his first point tonight, coming off a game in which he had 22, which was a career best against UMass, when Nevada hung 110 points on UMass in the Las Vegas Holiday Invitational to win it. Custer is blocked by Cody Martin. Caroline. And an offensive foul.
Good job with transition defense getting back. Give Nevada a lot of credit. They've kept Custer off balance. See, defensive transition is Towns. He's really stepped up here in the second half, trying to will his team back into it.
Marcus Towns has 17 for Loyola, leading the team. Freshman Kafis. Now in the corner, Custer. Cannot get the roll. And it pinballs around to Caroline.
And that's an open look. That's one you got to make. You're struggling offensively. Nevada's been all over Custer this whole game. When he gets some daylight there in the corner, it's a big shot.
Thurman the spin and the kick. Cody Martin the miss on the three. Custer into the basket, erased by Caleb Martin this time. And on the other end, a foul coming up before the basket.
What a recovery. Caleb Martin gets beat off the dribble, but doesn't give up on the play. He erases the easy finish.
Looks like they're going to have a tremendous season.
Hold up, let me get up in and out.
Somehow this one seems different.
The ACC Big Ten Challenge. Indiana takes on number 3 Duke tonight at 9:30 on ESPN.
Number 3 Duke in Indiana coming up, and Zion Williamson has certainly captivated the nation so far. How about the fact that he grew 5 inches between 8th grade and his freshman year of high school? That's like a position change right there. But 6'7", 285, looks incredibly talented. I mean, he and R.J. Barrett are just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, to be able to move the way he does with that size, it seems unfair. He's a lot more skilled than I think people give him credit because of the human highlight reel dunks that he has. Sometimes you don't notice how skilled he is on the basketball floor.
That should be a good one tonight between Indiana and Duke. Here, Jazz Johnson the miss. Marcus Towns, who's leading the Ramblers with 17. Loyola 10-0 when Towns scores 15 or more, but that certainly in jeopardy tonight. Krutwig tried to back down on Thurman. Really lost the handle.
And he got sped up that time. Got to play under control when you get that close to the rim. Tried to get the quick shot off. Again, it's that length. It's in the back of their minds a little bit, trying to get a shot off before it gets blocked. And he just rushed it that time.
Under 10 minutes to go here at the Gentile Arena in Chicago. This is Thurman missing the open 3. Caroline the rebound. Jordan Caroline muscling his way in, and Krutwig with the block. Towns. You like that idea there from Towns?
Yeah, great attack to the rim. I've just been really impressed with Nevada's defense.
And how about their offense? Jordan Caroline now at 13. And a timeout taken by Porter Moser and the Ramblers. Nevada has had an answer for everything Loyola's done tonight, and the Wolfpack trying to exact some revenge. Nevada, big lead on Loyola. Chicago with 9:07 to go here in the second half. Caleb and Cody Martin tonight have 31 points and a combined 10 assists. And these two are the stars for the Nevada Wolfpack, a number 5 team in the country. But they came from humble beginnings. They grew up in a single-wide 300-square-foot trailer with their young mother and their older brother Raheem. Their trailer sometimes was infected with insects. There was only one bed for the 3 brothers, so they had to rotate sleeping on the floor. But their mother, Jenny Bennett, would get up every morning at 2 o'clock to work 3 jobs to provide for the kids. The kids learned their work ethic from their mom, Jenny, and she always said, you sacrifice now for later. But those 2 brothers, Caleb and Cody, consider their mom their hero, and they learned how to really make sacrifices as kids, and now playing for the number 5 team in America, and a team that went to the Sweet 16 a year ago.
Yeah, just a wonderful story and how far they've come. And you can see it. We're watching these guys shoot around, and they are visibly getting upset when they don't do something proper, or they're not making shots, or they were working on their moves off the dribble, and they would lose the ball, and they would get really disappointed in themselves, always trying to get better. And that's how you approach the game. Every day in practice, Eric Musselman said, they come with the right attitude. They're the hardest workers on the team, and it's showing the improvement that they've had over the years here.
And they looked at potential NBA draft in the spring of last year, but they decided to come back to school. Certainly Caleb Martin, with all that scoring, was being looked at heavily, and Cody, the guy that can pass the ball and play great defense, and the 2 complement each other really well. But ultimately deciding that they were going to come back to Nevada, and that's why so many people feel like this is a team we're watching tonight that could end up in the Final Four this year, maybe cut down the nets.
Well, they've got all the pieces. They've got length. They can shoot the basketball from the outside. They can score at the rim. But I've been impressed with their defense. They have been really good tonight, forcing Loyola to be uncomfortable. They use their arms to get into passing lanes. Deflection, steals.
Caroline the miss, and now Porter, but a jump ball is called. Possession will stay with the Pack. Well, the Martins and Nevada rolling here in Chicago. Big lead for the number 5 team of the nation, the Nevada Wolfpack over Loyola Chicago, 63-46. Here with 7:19 to go in the second half. And when you look at what Eric Musselman has done, Sean, this is a guy that obviously was in the NBA for a long time with the pedigree of his father and his whole family in basketball. Nevada won 9 games before his arrival with the Wolfpack. But since they had a 24-win season in his first year, they won the CBI. Year 2, they go 28-7, go to the NCAA tournament. Year 3, they go 29-8, win their second straight Mountain West regular season title. They end up in the Sweet 16. That's a lot of winning in 3 seasons.
It keeps raising the bar, and can they get more than 29 wins? It's very possible this year with the team that he has. But I'm really impressed with how he prepares this team. They do an excellent job in their scouts. They're ready. They pay attention to detail. They've got plays written up on the sheets of paper that the players can go over and look at. They've got sheets of paper on the personnel. So you know when you're guarding a certain guy, is he a shot fake drive guy? Is he a catch and shoot guy? So it does a really good job of getting his players mentally ready for the ball game going into. They have a really good game plan. He says guys learn differently. Some learn from watching the film. Some learn from visually seeing it written down on paper. So he tries to give his team a variety of different ways to prepare and get ready for a ball game. You can see they were locked in and really focused tonight.
And Eric Musselman really embracing being a college coach for a guy that was in the NBA for a long time. When Jordan Caroline decided that he was going to stay with the program, Nevada basketball made a video of him and all the coaches singing Sweet Caroline with him returning to the team. It's just the fun things like that. He is making Nevada a fun destination for basketball.
Yeah, and the fan base really feels it as well. They've had terrific crowds at their home games, over 10,000 people at each of their home games early on.
Shot clock violation, no jump ball, no reverse.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So we're now told that last shot before the break is not going to count.
Yeah, shot clock violation. They're saying it does not hit the rim, so there is no jump ball here. This was the jump ball. The alternating possession would have changed. So essentially the jump ball did not happen because it came after the shot clock violation. So turnover for Nevada. Arrow stays in the direction of Nevada on the next tie-up.
You had to be our reporter there, so thank you for doing so. And Jordan Caroline picks up foul number 3. Jordan Caroline with some ties to the Missouri Valley. Is this game part of the Missouri Valley Mountain West Challenge? Even though it is incredibly convenient that these two teams are playing in the Sweet 16 last year and now playing each other again the following year. This was a previously scheduled game. But Caroline started his career at Southern Illinois, ends up transferring to Nevada, and now he is 16th in Nevada history in scoring. That's worked out pretty well.
Eric Musselman says they look for a certain player. If they're going to get a transfer, it's got to fit their style, got to fit their system, their culture, and their program.
Caleb Ducote for the slam.
These guys have worked extremely hard over the last few years that they've been together. This could be a very special season for this group.
Nice pass inside for Towns. That's what makes Cameron Krutwig such a dynamic center, which you saw last year, Sean, in the NCAA tournament. Not only is he a big that can score, but is a really good passer.
In this system, for Porter Moser, you want to have a guy that can handle the basketball like that and find cutters.
Krutwig and Marcus Towns, two guys that when they came in to add to the mix for the Ramblers a season ago, people here in Chicago started to think this might be a team that can break through, win its first Valley title. They did that. They won the regular season championship. They won the Valley tournament. And then, of course, going to the Final Four, getting through these Wolfpack to get there. Here's Custer. Hits a three.
Good set play there. Back screen and then re-screen, down screen to free up Custer.
Custer's first three, now 1 of 5 from deep tonight. 7 points for the Loyola senior. And this time, Porter a little bit too strong for a cutting Martin. And a steal. Cody Martin ahead of the pack and throws it down.
Really good job reading the pass, getting your hand in the passing lane. Loyola tried to set up the same down screen for Custer. Cody read it perfectly that time.
Kafis the miss on the three. Cody Martin there to grab the rebound. Caleb Martin this time. The Twins are really good.
Just so impressive. The body control to get into the lane. Step around the defender, finishing at the basket.
And now a foul coming up. As Custer tried to get in towards the basket. But these two, the Martins, have just dominated tonight. Trey Porter picking up his third foul. But 19 points in the game for Caleb on 8 of 12 shooting. Cody with 18 points on 8 of 13 shooting. They are fraternal twins, even though they look very much alike. Separated by 1 minute. Cody, 1 minute older than Caleb.
They've really dominated this game on both ends of the floor. You just mentioned the scoring, but they've been a nightmare on the defensive end.
And now the official's going to huddle. And they're going to call basket good and a foul, I believe. Are they calling a goaltend there? Cody Martin is going to get called for his third personal foul.
What a night it's been for Caleb and Cody Martin. They have dominated this game on the offense and defense end, scoring in a variety of different ways. Deflection, steals. It's been all Nevada.
Fifth-ranked Nevada with a big lead on Loyola Chicago. 4 minutes to go here at the Gentile Arena. Alongside Sean Harrington, I'm Jordan Burnfield. There's the head coach of the Ramblers, Porter Moser, who after his team had incredible success going to the Final Four, sought out other coaches in other areas to find out how to handle that following season, because it's so difficult after you've set a precedent to try to live up to it. And one guy that he talked to was Brad Stevens, the coach of the Boston Celtics, who of course took Butler to back-to-back national title games a few years back. And if you remember the year after Butler got to their first title game, the following year they were 14-9, had come off a loss to Youngstown State. A lot of people were wondering what was going to happen with that team. Well, they ended up back in the title game. They didn't lose after that. And so Porter, I think, realizes that even though early in the season everybody wants to see Loyola get off to a great start like they did a year ago, this is a process.
Yeah, they got to get better each and every night. And obviously they've set the expectations to get back to the NCAA tournament or make another run. And the reality is college basketball is very difficult. It's difficult to stay at a high level. And they lost some really good players off that team. You got a good core group of guys that came back. So that's why you expect maybe that they're going to have another special run. A lot of young guys on this team playing roles that they're not used to having. And that's what they're looking for right now, is maybe that fourth, fifth option to step up.
And a timeout taken by Nevada. Porter Moser likes the hustle from his team as we have 3:51 to go. Can Loyola get back in it? Do they have enough time? We'll see next. There is Doug Elgin, the great commissioner of the Missouri Valley Conference, as we play this game tonight in the Mountain West Missouri Valley Challenge. And Doug has done a great job with this league, and just talking to him before the game tonight, when you saw how Loyola was able to vault into the national conversation, getting all the way to the Final Four, the way they represented themselves, the story with Sister Jean, it was just a magical run for the Ramblers to the final weekend in San Antonio a year ago.
Obviously bringing a lot of recognition to the Missouri Valley Conference. Nevada doing the same thing for the Mountain West.
Certainly are, and there is Cody Martin to get the roll. 20 points tonight for the senior from Mocksville, North Carolina. There is a here Ugwak, has that one knocked away from him. And then taken back by Williamson, but he misses. And it pinballs out to Clayton Custer for three. That's a nifty way to get 3 points.
And no quit in these Ramblers. Still playing extremely hard, getting on the floor, diving after loose balls. That's what Porter Moser said too about this team. So they're bringing it every day in practice. They're still getting after it. They're playing hard, good energy, paying attention to details and practices carrying over to the game. So we just got to play better. We just got to make some shots.
Clayton Custer, last year the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, this year preseason Player of the Year, and first team All-Valley. Tonight, Custer with 10 points for Loyola Chicago, but his team trailing by 14 late. On the drive, Thurman, no. Towns has it. Towns, yes, and a foul.
Does Loyola have one last run in them? Three on the last possession. Towns trying to get three the hard way. Gets all the way to the rim, finishes with contact.
Marcus Towns, now 21 points in this game tonight. Fitting that Towns would have a good game again against Nevada. Now 22, and it's an 11-point game with 2:20 left. Caleb Martin beats the press, gets to the bucket but misses. Custer. And the rebound comes to Nevada. He had hit that shot. The roof may have come off the Gentile Arena. And now a foul with 1:55 to go. Clayton Custer picks up his second personal foul. Last time Loyola was within single digits, it was 12-4. And now they've got it to 11 with just under 2 minutes left.
You gotta be aggressive defensively here. Try to get a steal, turnover, pressure the basketball. With Nevada, you want to run this clock, shorten the game here.
And now Towns will commit the foul.
It's Towns for his personal sixth team foul.
So they had one to give. 20 seconds put up on that shot clock for Nevada to work with. Double team, and now the foul. Isaiah Bujoso will be called for that one. The two freshmen working on the trap there for Porter Moser. Like you said, got to get a turnover somehow.
Yeah, you got to speed them up, try to get a trap, be aggressive. You can get a steal without a foul. That's perfect case scenario, but if you do foul, you need possessions now in this game.
You mentioned Nevada's a really good free throw shooting team in terms of attempts. But tonight they only have 4 attempts and they're 1 out of 4. And this time Caroline the miss, but Cody Martin grabs it.
That's just a backbreaker there. You have to box out on a free throw miss.
And now another foul coming. That'll go against Cephas' third. But coming into tonight, Nevada had 25 more free throws than opponents had attempted. So the disparity between the amount that Nevada gets to the line and makes their free throws and they foul is just huge. But tonight that hasn't been the case, and they've still controlled the game.
And usually Nevada with that big discrepancy from the free throw line because they do attack and they're physical. They've been able to get into the lane, but the fouls haven't been there. They've still controlled this game in the lane, gotten to the rim, put the pressure on that Loyola defense.
Marcus Towns now with 24, 2 off of his career high. But we've seen it all night, Sean. This Nevada team has got great size, great length. And it has just been something that Loyola's not been able to figure out.
Talk about a team that can make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. They've got go-to guys that can make plays late in ball games. They've shot the ball well from 3.
And they really have all the ingredients, right?
Experience. An older team. They've played in the NCAA tournament now a couple years in a row, so they've been on that stage. They know what to expect.
Their 5 starters are 5 redshirt seniors, 5th-year seniors. You always talk about wanting to have an old team. They've got it.
And you can't get any older than that in your starting lineup. And I've been very impressed with their defense as well here tonight. Nothing has been easy for Loyola.
Can't come through with a big dunk. That's about the only thing that's gone wrong tonight for the Wolfpack.
Caroline trying to put the exclamation point on it. Couldn't quite throw it down. It's been an impressive performance from the Wolfpack.
Nevada trying to move to 7-0 on the season. Loyola will drop to 4-3. The Ramblers last year in this challenge got blown out at Boise State. A lot of people felt like, oh, well, maybe it won't be as special a year. And then they go beat Florida in Gainesville, and they end up with a 32-6 season. And that is to say that sometimes you lose these early games. It's not necessarily an indicator of what you're going to be. And Loyola looks like it's going to have another really good team when they get to Valley play.
Yeah, they've built a strong culture here. Got a good core group of guys back. They need a few more players to step up, make some plays. They need to hit open shots. They're getting some good looks, haven't made them this year. And obviously they played some really good teams. Nevada's terrific. And this is a legit top 5 team in the country. Earlier in the year, played Furman. They went and beat Villanova and Boston College. Another one of those losses for Loyola. just beat Minnesota handily last night. So the losses on the schedule are very good teams, and they're battle-tested right now. On the other side, Nevada, I've been extremely impressed with them. This is a very difficult environment to come into tonight. Sold-out arena. A lot of hype about this game. We've been talking about this one for a month. And they came in here and took it to Loyola right from the start, controlled the tempo of the game, and on both ends of the floor. Scored the basketball at will, and then defensively is where I've been impressed. Made it very difficult for a Loyola team that really does a good job spacing, moving the basketball. They've disrupted that rhythm here tonight.
Yeah, Nevada got out to a great start tonight. They never looked back. The Wolfpack showing why they're a top 5 team in the country, and one that may very well play in the final weekend of the season this year. Shot clock is off now. Loyola's going to fall to 3-2 here at home. No basket there. Take a look at Porter Moser's club's upcoming schedule. They've got a rivalry game against UIC on Saturday here in Chicago. Then a good Ball State team will take on Maryland in a neutral site game. A couple of home games before going to St. Joe's. So not a lot of easy games in this last stretch of non-conference play.
And Porter Moser has really tested his team with that non-conference schedule. You learn a lot about your team in some of these early non-conference games.
Martin misses the free throws. Loyola will grab it. But the Wolfpack on their way to a win tonight. Williamson the miss. Nevada grabs it. And a foul against Bujoso. Coming up next, we'll have bonus coverage of Indiana Duke. Dan Schulman and Jay Billis will be on the call for you of that game. Caleb Martin adding to his point total at the free throw line, 20 tonight. RJ Barrett, one of those Duke stars that you will see coming up after our game ends. Some people saying that he might be the better pro than Zion Williamson. Embarrassment of riches, right?
Yeah, take your pick with those 3 freshmen at Duke.
And so Bujoso down the floor in the final seconds, lays it up and in. But the Nevada Wolfpack wins it 79-65 over Loyola Chicago in the rematch of last year's Sweet 16. Let's go to Indiana and Duke.